Hey everyone, I'm 675 from Slither Games. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Corta dungeon. I am by no means, I will say, an expert at MapleStory 2, but as I've mentioned in previous MapleStory 2 videos, I'm learning the game and I figured I'd just, record a little bit of what I'm doing and try to help people out who are kind of learning it with me. I'm a heavy gunner. Right now I'm only level 29. When I get on, I try to think of things to make videos of, so that's kind of slowing me from just doing a straight grind as well. Before I recorded this video, I ran the dungeon. I've only run it a couple times. The beginning of it's pretty basic, your average just running from enemy group to enemy group, fighting it out. The biggest thing I was really going to talk about is the boss, which I can probably mention in the description, like a time when the boss pops up. Otherwise, I'm just going to do a full recording of the dungeon. I think I might do videos like this for every dungeon. If people want specific dungeons, let me know. I'll probably just end up working my way through the list. It just so happened that Corta was one of the ones I needed. So obvious objective, destroy the giant shadow seeds. In this case, it's just this thing here, so we can continue through the level. Left or right, I don't think really matters here. You're all going to the same spot in this case. Once you get to this area, you have some of the Wargogs, Rogogs. I don't even know, they all have different names. I didn't even realize that. They're all pretty simple mobs. It's just kind of something to prevent you from interacting with the seeds, the shadow seeds. The freaking one. When removing the seeds, I generally jump ahead, because if you don't do it within a certain amount of time, more of these guys will spawn, as we literally just saw. And they can be annoying because, like I said, if you get hit, it prevents you from interacting with the seeds, destroying them, and then you're just taking more time. For people who are trying to, get through the dungeons quick, obviously it's not ideal. So as I was saying, I'll usually use my dash to jump ahead, get the ones in the back, because immediately, especially if you're doing just a random dungeon with people that you don't know, they're gonna hit the ones right at the beginning. So go to the back, get the right ones. This spot, you've already got someone hitting the lever. Alright, they at least stopped. Did that person get on it? Okay, they did. So first time I did this boss, I was just going to mention the lever there. It brings the elevator up and the person wasn't up with it. It takes like a minute before it comes back down. So things to know about the boss. He's got a few major attacks. He does have a berserk mode once he gets slowed up on health. I don't know the specific percentage or what amount. As you can see right now, he's just doing basic slashes. Kind of like, this is a big attack. It's kind of like a whirlwind. So see, he does it a few times toward a player. I don't know if there's an easy way to tell who he's aggroed on, because I'm still learning the mechanics of the dungeons in MapleStory 2. He's doing it again. Usually you can tell because he'll announce it, so it's pretty big. That one, I guess, was a little different. Right now he's just doing a lot of, not like a full whirlwind. That's a leap attack he can do. That time he didn't really leap far because the player was close, but he can leap a little bit of a distance away. If you have a full I think he's doing a leap toward me. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. What he left on the floor will hurt you. I think it slows you, but I'm not 100% on that. He's doing a whirlwind toward us. See, pretty easy. It does do good damage, but if you get hit by every single one, at least in my case, he's leaping toward me. You can kind of tell he was charging up there, and then he left that AoE I was talking about. The whirlwind though, he's going berserk now. I'd say 20%, 30%. Those tiles actually did break, so it does open up the map a bit more, especially when it gets a little bit more crazy. Doing a leap, I think. Nope, whirlwind, because he announced it. Like I keep failing to say. No, that whirlwind will drop you pretty low if you get hit by it completely, like 100 down to maybe 10%. But I haven't been killed by it. Usually I don't get hit by it fully though, so I'm not too worried. But it's still good to know. That attack just knocked me away. That's a whirlwind. See? Almost just died to that. Because I didn't feel like dodging. Wasn't sure what that was going to do, to be honest. Usually, depending on where he does that attack, like based on where he was, if you were below him, you'd be able to keep hitting him because you just blow to the wall. What's he doing? Okay, I actually wasn't sure. I was like, I think he's stampeding? Which he did. I don't know if MapleStory 2 has a way of grabbing aggro, if anyone knows that. I'd love to know. Like I said, I'm still learning the mechanics in this. I've played a good amount of MMOs. But I don't know if there's like roles like tank, healer, damage in the you know, like 4 people in a dungeon, right? We need 1 tank, 2 damage, 1 healer. I don't know if that's the same concept in MapleStory 2 or not. But pretty much as you can see, that's, you know, that's a dungeon. One of the things I do enjoy about MapleStory 2, at least in the early dungeons compared to other MMOs, like the last one I was playing a lot of was ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. And this, at least some of the dungeons I've done so far have been, you know, 3 minutes you're out, 5 minutes you're out. Like I think I did one that was 10 minutes, and I'm sure as you go on, maybe the harder ones are, you know, for all I know, it could be raiding like an hour long. I haven't seen that yet, that content. I'd love to get to it. But this dungeon, like I said, that boss isn't too complicated. It has a bit more going on, which is nice. It's like, I'm only level 29, I believe it's a level 28 dungeon. It starts to get you into the, alright, I actually need to dodge things. I can't just stand still and get beaten by it. It's still easy enough that you can, but MapleStory 2, like the developer Nexon, they're definitely ramping up the difficulty at a gradual speed to, you know, let people kind of learn how the dungeons work and what to expect, as I'm definitely expecting the bosses to get more difficult later on. From that fight, though, you can definitely see we got to kind of talk about everything it can do. If you'd like to know more about the fight, or want me to do a better video or anything like that, or different dungeons, let me know. As always, you know, if you have any specific content you'd like to see, or guides for MapleStory 2, I'm all ears.
New mail has arrived.
I'll probably... should I? Debating if I should write an article along with this. If people want me to write some, you know, have like some written content about that fight in the dungeon, by all means. I don't think I'm going to do it right away, but I'll probably put it on the back burner and come back to it. Yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, though, you know, keep an eye out on my website, slithergames.com. It's always listed in the comments, or not comments, the description below. And you'll be able to see just extra content on MapleStory 2 and other random games I like to write about. Just a good way to, you know, find out more about the game, especially if you're learning MapleStory 2 right alongside me. So, thank you guys for watching as always. This is Snakes95 from Slither Games, checking out.
Well,